Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are with Selena Evangeline. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved in this type of, I guess, genre of music?
My background is that I grew up in a household where my father was a bass player and a singer in a band. He just had a love for music, and he shared that with the family. So we had musical instruments around. I would dabble with that, and then I was singing from really young. Like, I think I actually started singing Barry White before I could speak, because it was just "Oh baby, yeah baby." So I was able to start young with that.
You were a singer from the very beginning, right?
And when you do that long enough, and you sing for the family when they come over, everyone says, "Hey, you're going to be a singer when you grow up." Yeah, I guess so. And then it just became natural. Like, it was just a natural path for me to take.
Now, who have been your influences?
Musically speaking, it changes all the time, but definitely Chaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Whitney Houston is a huge influence of mine, Jennifer Holliday, Mariah Carey, just all the people that I grew up listening to. But then, even more old school, like Marvin Gaye and Sam Cooke.
You play a number of instruments as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I know that you're not only a singer, but also an instrument player.
Yes, I play guitar, as you saw on stage, and I also play sax and keys. Working on bass a little bit, because I'm enjoying it, and I just have such a respect for the groove that comes from the bassist. But singing and playing bass is a completely other game altogether.
And also, Selena, in terms of songwriting and writing lyrics and music, do you compose your own music and the music and the lyrics as well?
Most times I do. Sometimes it takes collaboration to get the ideas out. Sometimes you have an idea and it just hits a wall. But for the most part, I tend to get an idea for melody, maybe a chord progression first, and then the words start to follow suit. Or if I really, really have something that I need to say, it'll be a lyrics first and then the music later. But for the most part, I just kind of like to whatever comes out of me.
And are there any particular types of issues that you address in your songwriting, or is it personal or social? What would you say are the main themes?
At times, I like to keep it relatively simple, just because I feel like we've got so much going on in the world that it's nice to just be able to bring a little bit of joy, a little bit of lightness. I do a lot with love, the goods and the bads about it. I have one song that I did write that was more just accepting yourself and imperfectness and just loving yourself. So that, I've done a couple of songs that address that, but I haven't really dabbled in the social yet. I've been thinking about it, though. Trust me, there's so much going on that it's here. Something's going to come out.
Something's going to come out soon. So tell us a little bit about your albums and what you're working on at the moment.
Okay, the most recent album actually that was released is called Left Alone, and it was performed with Bill King. He was on piano, and it's just piano and vocal, the most recent album. It's through Slate Music. So it's sort of a tribute to all of the fantastic songwriters and singers that came before us, like Dionne Warwick, Burt Bacharach, Whitney Houston, Gladys Knight, and the Pips. So all of these wonderful songs, and you just strip it down. You don't have a lot of backups. You don't have a lot of production. It's just about the honesty of the music.
And you yourself, you are from Canada. You were born here, and I understand that you went to the Etobicoke School of the Arts.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about the school, because this is not like a usual high school, right?
No, it's not.
How do you get in to begin with? Do you have to audition for that?
Yeah, it was an audition. My mom actually brought it to my attention. I was going to go to a Catholic high school. I was looking forward to a uniform. But she said, we're going to audition, and I want you to try it out. And I got in, and it was amazing. It was a wonderful experience, just being surrounded by all of these artists. And everyone just kind of interweaves into other majors, right? Whether it's music, dance, visual art, acting, you name it, music, theater, they all just kind of crossed over. And it was there was such an energy. Everyone loved each other. I mean, I'm not saying that it was perfect. It wasn't, heaven, but a lot of acceptance.
You had all more or less the same interests, in a sense, because you were all artistically inclined.
Of course. And I think, we didn't deal a lot with, as much in the way of bullying and things like that. There was a lot of acceptance in terms of people discovering who they were, because that's part of being an artist as well. And I loved that school very much.
Oh, I'm sure. And now, are you working on anything in particular at the moment?
At the moment, we're just we're just kind of living off the glow of having released an album. But there'll be more music to come in the future, for sure.
Well, I think we are very fortunate to have you with us, and I want to thank you so very much for interviewing with us.